Good morning. Happy Saturday. Happy weekend, everyone. How are you doing today? Oh, it is a beautiful day here. I hope that you are getting to have a beautiful day as well. And I wanted to, it's been such a wonderful morning. My husband and I have been looking forward to today because he was off, I was off, like we're just off, even though I'm doing this, like I'm off, but this came through. So he had to run to the store. So I'm real quick hopping in here today. So I'm going to post this later too. We just had some, that's going to be a surprise. That's coming later. I'm going to post that for my Instagram folks. That's going to be in a reel. And for my Being You Financially Free friends, it's going to be in here very soon because this was just really a huge breakthrough. And I just love when these awarenesses come to be. And so I was on a little bit of a streak this morning with some awarenesses. So I was listening to Simone, gosh, what's her, like, Grace Seol, I believe, on Instagram. She had a couple of reels up, and she said something like, so for me, receiving is super important. Like if I could, you know, obviously, like receiving, right? Like what is receiving? Like that is super important to me. And, one of my mentors, like, will call me the queen of receiving. And I love that she saw that in me because I knew that receiving was important to me, but I didn't know and see how it's kind of like a superpower, right? Of receiving fully. So after I was watching her reel and she was talking, Simone's reel, and she was talking about receiving, and I was like, that's powerful. So she said something and I wrote it down. And she said, learning how to value what you receive is the key to receiving and receiving more. And I'm like, is this going my head? Because like, I love this because like, inside this group, I'm always talking about how can you receive more? How can you ask for more than just scraping by, right? And it's really, universe is super literal. I was on a coaching call on this week, and I'm like, universe is super literal. And what I mean by that is, did you ever watch like Aladdin, right? And like they get like the lamp and they get to rub it 3 times, but like the wishes, like they like, I wish for blah blah blah, but it was always like, it always blew up in their faces, right? It always, it just always was something. And I got to thinking, and I'm like, I wonder if that's why, like, that whole, like, I be careful what you wish for, because it just might happen, and it's like, is that why, sometimes folks are maybe perhaps hesitant to ask for more, to before the carpet gets pulled out from underneath you, like the phrases that catch on in the olden eras and previous generations that come forward, to haunt basically. And it's really interesting what comes forward from that. So, it's being clear in what you are asking for. It's being clear, to a crystal clear clarity that you refine, right? Like you refine it and refine it and refine it. This morning's email, I feel like I've just been in this space of refining and getting even more clear, and just asking myself important questions like, how could this be even more clear? Because, in all of the aspects and areas of your life, not just manifesting, not just money, not just in receiving, not just in asking for more, but just in communication, how is clarity, so important in describing and sharing what you do and how you help, and how, like, what, and then the clarity that the person receives as a result of, like, oh, it's a click, right? Something clicks when a person can receive clarity. And now I'm like, now I know why I've named even my discovery calls or connection calls or whatever people call them. I called mine clarity calls. You know, it's really just super interesting. So coming back into why, this whole receiving was so important. When I heard it was, I was like, gosh, we did that attitude for gratitude challenge back in, was it like May or April or something? And I'm like, I should have added something around like learning how to value what you receive. And then I had like this moment of like, that's appreciation. Like, that's appreciating. And I'm like, we did that in the Attitude for Gratitude Challenge. We did that. And I'm like, it's amazing, like where your intuition and guidance and your embodiment leads you to exactly the things that you need, even if you don't fully know in that time why you need it, right? It's like so perfect. And it's like, we could just never be that perfect, right? We just can't. We need help and having things work out for us. And we need support that can see steps, years, months. Here we are in September, and I'm realizing an intuitive hit I realized in April and had in April, and I followed it, is now serving me in September and serving you as a result. So the Attitude for Gratitude Challenge, I'm even going to, I just update the copy and everything with this, because this is really gratitude and appreciation extends your ability to receive. And I think the clarity piece is, so often we think that and you are, I am, we are all grateful. We all have gratitude for the things that we have. And we take this a step further in the Attitude for Gratitude Challenge, because we bring in appreciation in a way that we don't see very often. And I included it in there because that is the key. Like, receiving that fully is the key for you to be able to ask for more, for you to fully receive. That level of gratitude and appreciation must be there. Because I'm even just discovering this for not just discovering myself. So here's the other thing. I'll speak for myself. I often sometimes will think like, okay, I've got that. That's clear. I've learned that, boom, boom, boom. And then I'm like reminded of like, this gets to go deeper. This is a continual deepening, and we can do it even more and more. And that's what I've been hearing from so many of you about the Attitude for Gratitude Challenge, that you're going over it again. Like, you're starting the challenge over again, and you're starting it over again. Like, you're completing the 21 days and you're going back and you're doing it again. You're completing the 21 days, you're going back and you're doing it again, because you feel the shifts and the changes from just taking the time to express gratitude and appreciation, which then enhances your ability to receive on an even deeper level. There are levels of receiving that I myself am just touching, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, it's incredible. It's incredible. How can I bring like even more clarity to this? So like, this is me clarifying and refining. This is literally my process. How can I okay, so here's an example. So my fireplace that I have outside, which has to get packed up soon. I'm so sad. It's a fireplace, right? It's a fireplace, but there's something about it that is calming for me. Let's not even use it. Let's do the chimes. Can you hear my chimes? My windows are open today. It's the same thing with my chimes. I love my chimes. They were expensive. But they are gorgeous. And it's almost like I have my own sound healing bowl collection just outside my window. Like, what is the value of that, right? When they just softly, randomly chime, I feel my stress level lower. I feel my body relax. I feel my shoulders come back down from my ears. I feel my body just balance and level back out. Like, that is what I am receiving. So does that clarify and make this even more clear what I'm talking about when I say receiving? Because receiving, like, I feel like the top layer is like, here's this here, like here. Oh, hold on here. Move this. Like, here's this book. Here, your hand receives it. Okay. But there's more, right? Like there's more. And this gets to go even deeper. And it's using gratitude and appreciation to uncover those layers of it going deeper. It's being intentional and using that time to do that. So, and I was like, okay, I had to create a challenge around, receiving. And I'm like, Lori, you already did. It's the attitude for gratitude challenge because it's gratitude and appreciation equals receiving. That's how you'll receive more. And we go even further into it inside the challenge. So I hear you. You might be like, oh, thank you. I super appreciate this. Thank you. There's more. There are levels here that will grow and expand and just peel off these layers even more. And something about this is like, I think another layer of that I know another layer of this, what I received today is clarity in, like, I feel like money and being able to receive money and even more money, I feel is the alchemy that I help people uncover and have. You could call it healing your relationship with money. I call it like an alchemy of combining the spiritual woo with the energy of money and you, right? Because I know, like, imagine for a moment if you didn't have to worry about money. Okay. Like you just boom, 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 boom. Money is there. Money is there for you. You have more than enough overflow accounts, slush funds, your regular account, all of your expenses and investments are paid. When you want to take a new course, the money is just there for you. Imagine, what does that free up for you to be able to now go and do? Like now, and in this reel that I mentioned earlier, Simone shared that she's like, I've literally transformed my brain. And for us here, I know that, like, yes, like you transformed her brain to be able to creatively think of the ideas and ways that she helps people. And yes, part of it is the brain, the mind. And there's this other part though, that's the body, right? Like the body is actually communicating and coming into alignment. And that's like where we're receiving the inspirational ideas. And then the brain does the computing and boom, we put them out into the world. But I feel like for me, what I've really gained, from this clarity this morning is like, imagine, like, I want, like, my intention is like, I imagine women, especially, just being financially free, like slush funds, all of this, right? All of this money, like just thousands of dollars is being transferred into accounts for savings and for all of it, for their investments, for their schoolings. And then, like, what do they get to then put out into the world? And like, what has just lifted off of their brain, like the worry, where am I going to find that money, or where am I going to find my next client, or like where all of that is just gone, right? All of that is just gone because now you're just easily manifesting. You're just easily manifesting because you're constantly in a state of gratitude and appreciation because you're receiving, which gratitude plus appreciation equals receiving, which I think that's even in the freaking challenge too. I'm like, oh my God, it's all coming together. Because I will say, I just follow the intuitive hits. I don't always know what it's going to look like on the other end. And then like months later, I'm like, ta-da, here. And for those of you that are already doing the challenge. So here we go. If you want to increase your ability to receive on multiple levels, not just here's money for this exchange and here's money for this product or service or this product, like that you can tangible. If you are ready to expand beyond the tangible fucking levels that you receive between like money exchange for product exchange for a physical tangible product, if you are ready to take your level of receiving even a tangible product to a way of like where you receive that in such a way that you are just constantly like just you are literally raising your vibration as you allow these different multiple, like multi-dimension, like what is it, like multiple levels of receiving. You're opening up your mind to expand, to grow, and so that you can receive even more. Not just enough that's okay, I'm fine here, or yes, I'm struggling, but I make it every month. If you are just ready to open up to multiple levels of receiving so that you can like offload what you're worrying about and open yourself up to manifest the money that you want. If you want to receive the alchemy and like combine that with the money of energy and like how that comes into your literal day, grab the Attitude for Gratitude challenge. Guys, it's $21 and it's 21 days. It's $1 a day. And in fact, from like what I'm realizing here, I think we're going to be raising the price on this. So I'm telling you all here first, grab it. It is life-changing, that challenge, when you use it and you exercise it. When you put into it and you allow yourself, like I do that challenge. I think of that challenge every day. And I'm like, what day do I want to, because, I taught it, so I remember most of it. So I'm like, what day do I want to go into and explore? And I'll tell you, like my favorite day is, I think what was it, day 13? It was taking stock. I think it was day 13, taking stock. That was one of my favorite days. That was just incredible. The way that I introduced appreciation into the challenge was crazy fun and easy, breezy, lemon squeezy. And like to see now that they're combined into one thing, I am just like, my mind is blown. Like if there was the mind blown emoji, it would be there. I'm trying to think like what else was it? Oh, the other day was, it had to do with, oh gosh, it's like what you track expands. What you track expands. It's a universal law. It's Pearson's law, and he just discovered the universal law. So they call it Pearson's law. But what you track expands. And there's more coming on that in just a few weeks as well. But for right now, it's like inside the Attitude for Gratitude challenge. Grab it. I didn't even know it was a law, and it's in there. So that's really cool too. What else? Oh my gosh, I could just sit here all day and just think of all of the amazing days in there. So if you are ready to just like open up your ability to receive, so if you want to learn how to value what you receive, which is the key to receiving and receiving even more, which is something that we talk about in this group quite often, take the Attitude for Gratitude challenge. I have underestimated the power of this challenge. I mean, I knew it was powerful, but I've underestimated the power of it just with the mind shifts and body shifts that I've had in this past week and then today. And if you're looking or struggling, like, and here's for my coaches, here's where this impacts, it can impact anyone in any industry, because the thing is you won't ask for the raise if you don't feel worthy and if you don't value yourself and what you offer. So if you don't value yourself and what you offer, which Gratitude and Appreciation, the 21-day challenge, the Attitude for Gratitude challenge, is going to help you realize your value and your worthiness, because you're going to be literally taking stock. So what was I saying? Hold on. Oh gosh, it's gone. So yes, so if you are ready to receive on multiple levels, layers, really like peel back, dust out the dustier spots, really literally help and support in like the brain and body and mind shifts to be able to open yourself up to another level of receiving, do the 21-day, the Attitude for Gratitude 21-day challenge. It's $21. I have underestimated the value of this challenge, or not the value, but the power. It doesn't even feel good to say. I've known what it is. I just feel like I've just refined clarity on what it is and what it's actually doing. And sometimes gratitude can seem like fluff, and it's not, It's like, I'm already doing that. But are you doing gratitude and appreciation to the level where you asking for more is, oh, that's what I was saying. Are you doing the level of a gratitude and appreciation where when you ask for more, it's no problem? Like, check in. When you ask for more money, if you're thinking of, and for coaches, so it doesn't matter what this is where I was. So if you're not raising the rates of your program, if you're having a hard time pricing your programs, if you are hesitating to make offers, if you see someone in front of you and you're like, oh, my program would be great for it, but for them, but they're not, but you're not sharing it. If you work in a job and you're like, you know what, I'm ready for a promotion, you're not going to ask for it if you don't see the value that you offer and what you could possibly do. If your brain is at the level of like, I'm not ready yet, one more program and then I'll raise my rates, or one more session and then I'll raise my rates, or after I have this certification, then I'll raise my rates. Literally, this is receiving. This is literally receiving. You are not honoring yourself. You are not valuing yourself. And that is because you're not fully receiving. You are not fully receiving. You are receiving partially, and you are leaving a whole pot of gold that you're just like, nope, I'm not ready for that yet. Nope, I don't know enough yet. Nope, I'm going to do one more program. When all you have to do is bend down and scoop it up because it's already yours. But for you to get to the point where you can just bend down, scoop it up, and own and claim that it's already yours, you need to know what you are actually giving people, and you need to honor it. And I'm going to tell you, this happened to me just this week when I was like, I just completed a program with a client, and I'm like, this price is going up. This price is going up. And for the program, for the next time I launch it, it's just going up. That's just all there is to it. Because, and this also led to the refinement of the amount of clarity that when folks work with me, they receive. When we work together, they receive, I receive, they receive. It goes all the ways. And this could be like another element of like when we say, like when we coach our clients and there's like so much in there for us, that's your ability to receive, to be able to see it. Right. And then to take what you're receiving and then explore that. And then take it even deeper, take it to the next level, take it to the next level, take it to the next level, right? That is what honoring and valuing yourself will give you. So gratitude plus appreciation, which are both in the Attitude for Gratitude Challenge. Okay, it's already done, it's already over, but you can still just get instant access. Sign up. I'm going to drop the link below because my mind is just blown. I'm going to transcribe this video because this copy has to go in, because this is actually what you are receiving in the Attitude for Gratitude Challenge, the 21-day challenge, is you are receiving multiple layers of just opening up your mind even more so that your body and your mind can connect even more and you can receive on even deeper levels. Literally blowing my mind right now. I cannot believe like the level of receiving and being able to say it, and being able to honor and just acknowledge yourself. So instead of, one more thing. And then like, because this has been another thing, like just been coming up through coaching clients, like, are you discounting yourself and your abilities? Clark, I think, says yes, if you heard that moan. Are you discounting your intuition? Ooh, are you discounting your intuition? And are you doubting yourself? Oh my gosh, this is going crazy now. This is going crazy now. This is going crazy now. So are you discounting, like, yeah, but like, that's not going to work for me, or like, I don't know. Or like your intuition comes in and you're like, that's a really great idea, but like, is anyone really going to buy that or want that? Right? Like, are you doubting your abilities? Are you second guessing yourself? Y'all, because you are not fully receiving all who you are and what you are capable of and who you are not fully receiving that. And until you can fully receive that, feel that in your body, you will not be able to charge what you want to charge. You will not be able to ask for the promotion that you want. You will not be able to ask for the raise that you want. You will not shift or change jobs for the better one when you don't fully receive and own your abilities and who you are. You just won't do it. You will walk by the pot of, you are literally right now walking past the pot of gold. You can see it. You can see it. If you're like, oh, this is a person, like that could use my program, but you're not offering, or you could get that raise promotion. Look at it this way. Every time you discount yourself, doubt yourself, or second guess yourself, and you say, no, I'm not ready yet. I'm not going to go for that promotion, ask for that raise my rates, or make that offer. You are literally stepping away from a pot of gold in your financial fucking freedom. Literally walking away from it. One day just doesn't come where you're like, oh, now I'm going to bend down and pick it up. It's the internal work that makes those shifts that you are then able to bend down and pick it up. Inside world to your outside world. If you've gotten my email this morning, get my email, open it up, go to the blog post. You want to talk about clarity and refining clarity? It's just like, there's just levels we need to get to be able to even know what needs to be refined. There's just levels we have to get to. And this attitude for gratitude 21-day challenge, like I am fully owning that. Finally, this is me finally owning the power of that challenge. I guess there's been a part of me up until now that is like, is it enough? It's more than enough. And the price is going up. So grab it. I'm going to put the link below. All right. If you have any questions, what are you noticing? What are you hearing in this? Like, as I'm sharing this, because like my whole mind is just blown right now. And I'm look at in my hands, look at receiving. It's like touching my body, like coming back to my body. Like your hands are literally how you receive, right? Like it's one of the ways you receive. Your feet are another way that you receive. Your skin is another way that you receive, right? Like our heads, our minds, our bodies, like we eat, we receive, we drink, we receive, right? Like, oh my gosh, this is just, maybe we will do a receiving challenge too. I don't know. I'm going to play with that one. But I'm going to say the edit. If you're like, yes, let's do a receiving challenge, you got to start with the attitude for gratitude 21-day challenge first. And then like just exponentially blow it out of the water with the receiving challenge. All right. Okay, everybody. Thanks so much. I know this is a little long on a Saturday. I'm going to go transcribe this and yeah. All right. Mwah. Love you. Bye.